Hi, my name is Frank, and this is The Boundless Mind. Today, let's talk about boundaries. Oh yeah, that's a fun one. I can hear you guys already. Look, what's the deal with boundaries? Why are they important? What are they? How do we set them? How do we make them known? And how do we feel good about it? A lot of questions, isn't there? Okay, what are boundaries? Simply, boundaries are limits that we set that we need to express to others in order for us to be protected from the things that would otherwise not be good for us. Example, I'm poor, I probably can't lend you $1,000. I'm suffering, going through anxiety, I probably don't want to listen to your problems for 3 hours because I'm already struggling, right? Boundaries are protecting ourselves from others. Not only that, but boundaries are also a roadmap that we have the responsibility to give others in our lives. When you meet a person, nothing is more useful than knowing these are the limits I cannot cross with this person. You know, you have people in your life that if you were to go see them and say, hey, can you help me move? That would just not work. How do you know that? Because you kind of know from the boundaries that they have already expressed to you. Well, empaths, we don't let anybody know what our boundaries are. Think about that for a minute. Think about how unsettling that is for anybody that comes in contact with us. Not only are we not clear with our boundaries, but because we don't actually take the time to set them, then we later, after we let somebody trample all over them, we become upset. And we go, why did you do that? That's so wrong. Well, how come you didn't tell me not to? How come you didn't? You have a responsibility to yourself. Yeah, nobody's going to do it for you. Again, I repeat it. You have to do the work. I can't do it for you. Nobody can. So, take out a piece of paper. Doesn't have to be now, but at some point, take out a piece of paper and maybe write some. Just start. Doesn't matter if you write 1, 2. Doesn't matter if you sit there for half an hour questioning yourself and write none. You spent a half hour wondering about your boundaries. You're getting somewhere. You're going to get somewhere that way. That's a given. So, start writing boundaries. Am I willing to lend people money? Right? Maybe you're not. Maybe you are. Now, this has to be done without judgment and without having everybody else's voice that has ever resonated in that little box that we call head. You need to put all that aside. They're not here right now. So if inside you feel as though, no, I don't want to loan anybody money, that's fine. But some of us will go, yeah, but that's kind of mean, you know. I mean, they need the help. And again, the focus becomes on they, them. And the ironic part is that when you put the focus on them all the time, you're letting them down. Because they don't know where to go. They don't know how to take you. They don't know what you are. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants to have to guess where they can and can't go. I have friends I know very well. I'm not going to go see them and ask for certain things. I have friends that I can barely ask nothing from. Well, you know, I don't see them that often, but hey. I have, look, it's simple. Establish the things you're willing to do for people and the things you're not, right? If you come to me with a problem and you say, hey, Frank, I really need you to listen. I'm really not doing well today. If I'm having a good day and things are going all right and I feel like I'm in my energy, maybe I'll say, hey, you know what? Sure, I can listen to you. However, I can't listen to somebody for 5 hours. I'll be drained. I'll crawl out of that room. Why? It doesn't matter if you're an empath or not. If you're listening to somebody spew everything they're going through for 5 hours nonstop, you're going home not looking good. Sorry, but you need to protect yourself better. And so it is a perfectly appropriate answer to tell that person, sure, come see me, come sit, we'll talk for half an hour. I can give you a half hour. And then for that half hour, yeah, listen attentively. Give them what you said you would give them. When the half hour ends, you now have to make a decision. Are you willing to extend it? And by how much? Or was that really where your limit was? And both are fine. But it has to be purposeful. It has to be, the question has to be asked. How do I feel right now? Can I go through this another 15 minutes? Or am I starting to be like, okay, this is heavy. So if it's getting heavy, you say, hey, you know what, bud? I can't help you any more than this. I hope the half hour I gave you helped you get some of it out. Whatever the case may be, you're welcome to come back in 2 days, whatever, you know what I mean? Like, okay. But today, we're done. You see what I mean? Don't offer what you can't give. And be firm about what you can't. Now, the other wonderful part about boundaries, and this is where empaths can benefit so much from them. The narcissist, the toxic individuals that we try everything to avoid. Why do you think they come to you? Because you have no boundaries. Toxic individuals stay far from people with boundaries. People with boundaries stay far from toxic individuals. Go figure. And I will tell you one thing that is probably going to upset some of you. When it comes to empaths, because we don't have those boundaries, we actually present ourselves the same as a toxic individual. Yeah, we do. I know. We'll have a video on that one. But think about it. Think about how those people present themselves. They agree with everything. They never contradict you at first. They're lovey-dovey, they love you, they love bomb you. Well, we do the same. Except we mean it, but people who don't know think we're toxic. And so comes the question, how come I push people away all the time? I'm such a nice person. Yeah, indeed. Now that, and well, we emotionally rape people. Yeah, we dig in their emotions without their permission. That's wrong. But we'll cover that one on another video too. For now, you set strong boundaries. You owe it to yourself. You owe it to others. Okay? So you sit down with a paper. You establish what it is you're willing to do for others, what it is you're not willing to do for others, what it is you need to protect, what it is you're willing to let others do in your house, what it is you're willing to let others do around you, and when do you have to walk away because this will affect you. Those are all questions you need to ask yourself. Then you will know that you're starting to have boundaries. And you will move on to step 2. How do I enforce boundaries? Yeah, those are fun. Now you need to learn to say no. Yes, it's hard. Nothing worth doing is not hard. That's life. If you can't face life, guys, there's nothing I can do. okay? Life is going to be full of suffering. Life is going to be full of challenges. It's going to be full of fears. It's going to be full of failures. You need to learn from all that in order to become successful. That is the only way, that is the only path to empowerment. But it is a wonderful path though. Once you accept that, it's really not that bad. So look, say no. If I've established that I can only lend $20 because that's all I'm comfortable lending, number one, because when it comes to lending stuff, always lend only what you're willing to lose, or else you'll lose relationships real fast. When it comes to any boundary, establish where you're willing to go, and then if somebody says, hey, can you lend me $100? No. And that's a full sentence, by the way. Just, no, I cannot. But why? Because I can't. It's that simple. It doesn't have to be more. Yes, an empath, we're all going to start where I started. No, I can't because I've decided that even though I have $100, I can only lend 20, and so blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but you have $100. Like, look, your explanation will give toxic individuals ammo. They will know exactly where to go at you to get it. Now, what is the other strength of it? Like I said, right? Toxic individuals. They will react a certain way. If I say to you, no, I can't lend you money. You're an empath, right? You're probably going to go, oh, okay, I won't ask anymore because I don't want to upset him, right? And so I said, no, you can't have $20. To me, my perception is you just went, oh, okay. Whatever you went through internally, that belongs to you. But to me, you just said, oh, okay. Now I might say, I can't lend you $100, I can only lend you 20, and you'll go, okay, well, 20 is better, I only have 80 to go now. Now, if I say the same thing to a toxic individual, to the narcissist, what do you think happens? No, I can't lend you money. Yeah, but come on, man, you got $100. It's right there. I see it. Okay, but I can't lend you $100 because I need some of that $100. That's that. Oh, come on, man. Like what? I mean, I've done stuff for you before. Like what? You're going to be a prick like that with me? You're going to be mean? Like, come on, man. Like, just give me the $100. Right? See the difference? I tell you no, and you're going, okay. I tell a toxic individual no, they freak out. Well, guess what? You have now discovered the most powerful way to establish if somebody in front of you is toxic or not. Don't get me wrong. People will, depending on how badly somebody needs something, they may get a little upset, right? Like, don't make it a black and white thing. We're good at that. We make things black and white. Don't make it black and white. If somebody has a reaction, raise a red flag, plant it, and go, okay, we have one red flag. Let's see where we go from there. If you get more red flags, well, yeah, go away. If you don't, stick around. So here's the deal. Boundaries, what will they do for you? They will make you clear to others. They will make you somebody that others can come to and say, I know who this person is. I know where I can go. I know where I can't go. I'm accepting those boundaries. This is somebody I'm comfortable with. And you've removed half the surprises that could wreck the relationship later. And so you don't only owe it to yourself to have boundaries, but you owe it to those around you. That being said, my battery's about to die. And I would like to conclude this on a note that is maybe a little positive. Look, don't give yourself a hard time. It is very difficult to learn. If you can't say no all the time right away, that's okay. Just practice. Try. Small things. Say no to smaller things. Establish the people in your life that it's easy to say no to, and practice on them if you have to. It sounds weird, but it works. So on that, I will say to you, write your boundaries, make them known, and life will be amazing. I love you. And I love those little squirrels. I'm sure you can hear them. They're wonderful. All right, look. I love you. I'm not trying to give you a hard time. I just want you to have good boundaries and to live a good life. On this, I will wish you a wonderful day. Namaste.